Are you anxious about the echoes of past crises shaping our present? Echoes of a crisis, the Specter of 1962. The year is 1962. The world holds its breath as two superpowers lock horns over a sun-drenched island in the Caribbean. Soviet missiles in Cuba, a mere 90 miles from American shores, push the world to the brink of nuclear war. The Cuban Missile Crisis, a chilling reminder of the Cold War's volatile nature, etched itself into the annals of history. Today, more than half a century later, the arrival of Russian warships in Havana harbor evokes unsettling parallels, stirring a potent mix of curiosity and concern in the corridors of global power. The sight of Russian vessels, bristling with advanced weaponry, docked in a nation closely aligned with Moscow, inevitably rekindles memories of a time when the world teetered on the precipice of annihilation. The Cuban Missile Crisis serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the catastrophic consequences of unchecked geopolitical tensions. The specter of that 13-day standoff where diplomacy ultimately triumphed over brinkmanship looms large as nations analyze the motives and ramifications of this latest Russian maneuver. While the presence of warships does not inherently signal imminent danger, it underscores the enduring significance of Cuba as a geopolitical chessboard. The island's strategic location, its tumultuous history with the United States and its enduring ties with Russia make it a focal point for international intrigue. The arrival of the Russian flotilla serves as a potent reminder that the echoes of the Cold War continue to reverberate in the 21st century, albeit in more nuanced and multifaceted ways. The world watches with bated breath, seeking to decipher the message conveyed by the steel-gray hulls of the Russian warships. Is this a mere display of force, a nostalgic throwback to a bygone era, or does it signal a more assertive Russian posture on the global stage, a challenge to the established world order? As analysts and diplomats grapple with these questions, the ghost of the Cuban Missile Crisis serves as a sobering reminder of the stakes involved in navigating the complex web of international relations. The bear returns to the Caribbean, a show of force or fraternity. The arrival of Russian warships in Cuba is a stark reminder of Russia's global reach. It signals Moscow's willingness to project power far beyond its borders. This move is particularly noteworthy, given the ongoing war in Ukraine. It suggests that Russia, despite facing Western sanctions and condemnation, remains committed to asserting its influence on the world stage. The Kremlin's motivations for sending warships to Cuba are multifaceted. On one hand, it can be interpreted as a show of solidarity with a longtime ally. Cuba, facing its own economic challenges and pressure from the United States, welcomes the symbolic support. This naval visit serves to strengthen the historical ties between the two nations. On the other hand, the deployment carries a clear message to the West. Russia is demonstrating its continued military capabilities and its defiance of Western pressure. The timing, coinciding with heightened tensions over Ukraine, is hardly coincidental. It serves as a reminder that Russia will not be easily contained or cowed. The presence of Russian warships in the Caribbean also has practical implications. It enhances Russia's intelligence-gathering capabilities in a region traditionally dominated by the United States. It provides a platform for Russia to conduct naval exercises and showcase its military hardware. While not posing an immediate military threat to the U.S., it does challenge the existing balance of power in the region. Global ripples. Reactions to the Russian flotilla. The arrival of the Russian warships in Havana has not gone unnoticed. Reactions from the international community have been swift and varied, reflecting the complex geopolitical landscape of the 21st century. The United States, with its long history of involvement in the Caribbean, has expressed concern. The Biden administration, while acknowledging Russia's right to operate in international waters, has called for transparency and urged Moscow to refrain from any actions that could escalate tensions. The presence of Russian warships so close to U.S. shores is undoubtedly a cause for heightened vigilance. Within NATO, the response has been one of cautious observation. European allies are acutely aware of the potential for this deployment to further inflame relations between Russia and the West. Some member states, particularly those geographically closer to Russia, have expressed anxieties about the Kremlin's increasingly assertive posture. Latin American nations, meanwhile, are watching the situation closely. While some view the Russian presence with apprehension, others see it as an opportunity to diversify their strategic partnerships. Countries like Venezuela and Nicaragua, with their own strained relationships with the United States, may perceive Russia's actions as a counterbalance to US influence in the region.